Here's a new rule. While we're talking about freedom of the press, you know what? It's not exactly communist China here if CNN refuses to run the press briefing and instead runs commentary on the press briefing that you don't get a seat or a press badge. How about that? How about once you stop parroting communist Chinese talking points, then maybe you get a seat at that table. It is remarkable to me that I can't think of any other time in American history, but Orange Man bad, that we have a president, commander-in-chief, who's going out there addressing the people directly. The president of the United States and the media is opting not to run it. Instead, running false propaganda that maybe they're not getting from the Chinese government, but it certainly would be congruent with the messages that the Chinese government is trying to put out there right now. When you look at reporters retweeting the foreign minister with conspiracy theories, for some reason they're still on there, but Alex Jones is not. This is the president of the, and something else that's remarkable, they go, oh, potentially 100,000 to 220,000 deaths from coronavirus. You know where you got those numbers? From Donald Trump's press briefing, dummy. But you didn't run it because you didn't want to include that we're getting hundreds of thousands of new masks. We're getting hundreds of thousands of masks that can be sanitized. The FDA approved the therapeutics that Donald Trump touted and you said he was wrong and crazy about. So what do? They don't run the press briefing. Instead, they run commentary on the press briefing while the Cuomos talk about their mom's pasta sauce and nipple rings. And then they take the worst numbers from the press briefings and don't actually tell Americans about the positives. Listen, not all cultures are created equal. And Donald Trump is right about this, just like Bernie Sanders was right about this. Americans should not have to compete with the child at a Nike factory who's working for $1.50 a day. This is not, we can't beat an international economy if it's not fair. And you know what? When we're talking about this, not all cultures are created equal because I think that American exceptionalism is a good thing. And you know, if you boil dogs alive and you pay children $1.25 or $3.25 a day, guess what? You don't get a seat at the international bargaining table. And not just China, because not all cultures are equal. If you don't let your women drive, you don't get to sit and dictate any policy or even express your opinion here in the United States. If you allow women to be beaten or they require 4 witnesses for rape, fuck you. We don't need to listen to you. We're not going to be on any committee or international agreement that you take part in. So let's start with China and then work our way down so that hopefully we can be the empire we've been accused of being and make the rest of the world the United States of America.